it's interesting to see that, for example, employees knowing what they want can also bring more stability within an organization. I think you taking leadership over people and ownership and accountability of teams and projects, it helps create structure around a lot of things, which then cascaded into creating a more formalized and effective overall leadership structure, which a lot of people don't think about. It's like, oh, top down, they have to do everything. In startups, in companies that are in flux, individual employees have a lot of control to shape, or can have a lot of control to shape, what the day-to-day is like. And again, I think that that's something that's continually overlooked, because people just haven't had those experiences to view it in that light.
Totally. Especially if you're a high impact contributor, you have all the power. Like, being, I actually try and like preach this to like my team, is like sometimes I'll get the sense that they don't have a lot of confidence, or they'll be like, sometimes newer employees are like nervous to ask for like vacation early on. I'm like, listen, you need to understand your value here and like what you are worth to this business. And that if you need to check out for a vacation, go do it. Just tell me about it, but like, you don't have to ask me. Like, you are the people who run this business, and you should know that, and you should like think of yourself that way, because if you do, you'll start to be more articulate about what is it that you want, which helps me understand like how to help you, and then ultimately it makes everyone happier. So I prefer when someone on my team like that, that I'm their manager, I prefer it when they're actually more vocal about like asking for things or telling me what they want to do, because it helps, it takes the guesswork out of it, and it takes a lot off of me to try and figure that out. So the hardest people to manage are when they're like, yeah, I don't really know what I want to do, and they don't want to put in any effort. It's not like they're bad employees, they're not, but it makes it harder for me because I know that I need to think about their future, even if they don't like necessarily think about it on their own. And so the more that they can information or thought process they can give me, the easier my job is.
So it seems like the more people know what they want, the easier it is for their managers, the easier it is for them to actually get what they want.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it might not always be easy to implement, but I can always work with that and either come up with something that's like, meet you halfway, work towards it. Basically, what I'm looking for, the first thing I look for when I'm managing somebody new is, what is their goal? What do they want? How do we get there? Like, how do we get there comes after. But the first thing is just like, where do they want to go and what's best for them? So understanding that first, now we can start to go into solution mode.